Raider Nation, what's going on? Let's get into some high-quality Raiders news. Derek Johnson, he's absolutely amazed on just how passionate the Oakland Raider fan base is, which I think is pretty awesome to hear. So, Raider Nation made an impact in Los Angeles on new Raider Derek Johnson. Derek Johnson was like, "Can you believe how many people are here?" said Raider teammate James Cowser. Cowser said, "Dude, it's like this every game. You're going to see it. It's going to be incredible. Everywhere you looked, it was silver and black, from the walk-up to the stadium to the parking lots to the stands. Pre-game, the Raiders players entered to cheers while the Rams players were jeered. Even the Rams cheerleaders were greeted with boos. And when the Jumbotron asked, 'Whose house?' the crowd responded loudly, 'Raiders.'" So, Raider Nation, I want you guys to throw in the comments, hashtag Raider Nation, because I'm proud of you guys. That's awesome to see. Raider Nation, what's going on? This is the Raiders Report. My name is Mitchell Renz. Please follow me on Twitter at MitchellRenz365, and please subscribe to the Raiders Report on YouTube. All right, Lena, more Raiders news, please. Raiders are happy with Jordy Nelson, and well, they should be, right? This is a guy who's a leader on and off the field, which is no surprise to me. Now, Jordy acknowledgement, it took a little time to him to get adjusted to the new environment with the Oakland Raiders. Nelson got out very quickly, though, and has done his best to fit in and adjust right away, becoming a leader in the receiving room and a trusted target for quarterback Derek Carr. He's been a playmaker on the field, Coach Sean Gruden said Monday. He's been a consistent, reliable target at a couple positions. He's been a real good influence behind the scenes. We've been really, really happy with his addition to this team. Nelson will get a chance to face his former team this week, the Green Bay Packers. The last news I got for you guys, well, there's a jail and a courtroom and the new stadium in Las Vegas, which is probably a good thing because, well, Raiders fans, you guys are pretty feisty, and it's Vegas after all, right? So, on the heels of a massive fight between the fans during the Raiders' second preseason game, and the announcement was made about a future home for the Raiders. When it comes to fighting amongst fans, the new Las Vegas stadium will have absolutely none of it. This situation will be taken so seriously that the stadium will have a small jail and courtroom to, and quote, deal with the unruly fans. As things currently stand, though, the stadium will open in 2020, so Raider Nation, you guys can get your shit together until then, right? Raider Nation, what's going on? This is the Raiders Report. My name is Mitchell Renz. Please follow me on Twitter at MitchellRenz365. If you guys are new to the show, you guys are going to have to understand my Raiders rumors scale. So, 0 Chucky heads. That's tuck rule, tuck that. That rumor is not going to happen. 1 Chucky head is a small shred of truth, 25% chance of happening. 2 Chucky heads, people are talking 50-50. 3 Chucky heads, pretty likely. I like to think 75% chance. And then 4 Chucky heads, believe it, baby. 100% this rumor is going to happen. The first rumor I got for you guys up on the board, Chris Warren. Is he going to make the 53-man roster? I'm going to give this one 3 Chucky heads, pretty likely. Now, Warren freaking deserves it. He's looked so incredible, and he's been playing well, too, right? Giggity. Chris Warren has been making a name for himself this preseason. Warren has seen a number of snaps in the NFL preseason games and is currently leading the Raiders with 196 rushing yards on the ground. Saturday was a big day for the rookie running back, and he took advantage of his opportunity by racking up more than 100 yards rushing and his first NFL touchdown of his career in a 19-15 loss to the Rams. He's a good back, isn't he, Gruden said. He's a big, powerful back, and he's taking care of the ball. If Warren makes the team, that will likely, though, mean the end of DeAndre Washington. So, guys, I want to know from you, which Raiders running back is going to make the final roster? If you think it's going to be Chris Warren, give me a heart. If you think it's going to be DeAndre Washington, give me a like. My money's on Warren. That dude's running with some absolute power. The next Raiders rumor I got for you guys coming up on the board, Gareon Conley's not a starter. I'm going to give this one 1 Chucky head, small shred of truth. So, the Raiders, they sat they sat all their starters besides Gareon Conley and Arden Key this past week. Now, I'm not sure if Key will start right away, but I'm confident that Conley will. The Raiders just want to get the former first-round pick some more reps. Conley missed most of his rookie season with injuries and has been battling a hip injury this offseason. Conley played well on Saturday with a pass breakup. He was also involved in a tackle, and he played on 9 snaps. So, Gruden commented on Conley saying, we really need this guy. So that's why it's 1 Chucky head not being a starter. Next Raiders rumor I got for you guys coming up on the board, Maurice Hurst. Is he impressing the coaches? I'm giving this one 4 Chucky heads because, well, believe it, baby, because, well, this guy, Maurice Hurst, is an absolute stud. Maurice Hurst might have been a first-round pick if it wasn't for his heart condition that knocked him off many teams' draft boards. Hurst stole the show bulldozing past the Rams' Aaron Neary for a third-quarter sack. His get-off balance and consistent effort has the Raiders coaches believing they pulled off a draft coup in choosing the 290-pounder in the 5th round So don't be surprised to see him running with the first team for at least a portion of the remaining of the preseason games. So, guys, I think it's awesome to see a guy like Maurice Hurst succeeding. So I want you guys to please comment some hearts in the comments down below for Maurice Hurst. The next Raiders rumor I got for you guys coming up, and well, this one's about Khalil Mack. And is Khalil Mack going to play week 1? Find out after a word from our sponsor, Mizzen and Main. I'm going to give this one 2 Chucky heads. People are talking. No one can guarantee what the end game in the stalemate between Khalil Mack and the Oakland Raiders will be. But Jason La Canfora said this: "Allow me to promise you this much. Barring the Raiders suddenly reversing course and engaging on a legitimate contract, there is no way this All-Pro will be with the team when the regular season begins." La Canfora also goes on to say, "I can't tell you if he's there in late September or sometime in October or maybe at mid-season in November, but after getting a feel for how disrespected, underappreciated, and angry Mack is with the way the situation has unfolded, there is no way in heck I can foresee a scenario in which Mack reports the way Aaron Donald did in 2017 and shows up right before week 1. So guys, if Mack's not there week 1, that's going to be troubling, and if he's not there for the first 5 games, that's tough too, right? So, I mean, I think with the Rams, that already is going to be a tough game. And then the Broncos, the Dolphins, I think we can win those games. The Raiders, I think we're going to take care of the Browns at home. Chargers, though. Chargers are a pretty good team. And without Mack, things are going to get a little dicey. Hopefully, Khalil Mack suiting up for all 5 of those games. Fingers crossed there. The next Raider rumor I got for you guys coming up on the board: Khalil Mack, is he going to get franchise tagged? Well, I'm going to give this one 2 Chucky heads. People are talking. Now, if the Raiders don't give Mack the contract he wants, there's always plan B, right? If the plan is to franchise him the next 2 years at approximately $18 million in 2019 and $21 million in 2020. Now, my issue with this franchise tag, though, it would have to make him, is this like actually, though, a good idea, right? So let me point back to Cousins versus Washington in 2016 and 2017 as evidence. If that's the case, you would have to anticipate that Mack would wait until right before the regular season to sign the franchise tag, as others have done in the past, and as he's already displayed he's willing to miss preseason games in 2018. Now, is that the smartest way to team build under a new coach, with all involved knowing their best player is just biding his time to sign a huge contract someplace else? I'm not sure. With an unsigned franchise tag, there is no fines for skipping out on any of the otherwise mandatory spring and summer football activities, and not having Mack around for any of that is less than ideal. So, true or false, the Raiders could franchise tag Khalil Mack. If you think they should, true or false, the Raiders should franchise tag Khalil Mack. If you think they should, give me a heart for true. If you don't think they should, give me a like for false. Okay, last Raiders rumor I got for you guys coming up on the board: the Raiders turning down trade offers for Khalil Mack. I'm going to give this one 3 Chucky heads, pretty likely. Now, this one's from Albert Breer, all right? So if those last 2 rumors scared you a little bit, well, maybe Albert Breer can calm you down a little bit. It appears that the Oakland Raiders aren't even entertaining trade proposals for Khalil Mack. According to Albert Breer, the Raiders are turning down teams looking to trade for Mack. Breer stated that teams looking for Mack are quickly hit with a no. Breer notes any team interested in trading for Mack would have to be willing to give up at least a first-round pick and be in a position to offer $20 million per year in a contract. So, guys, this is a big-time contract, right? So I want to know from you, this is a tough question. Who is more important to the Oakland Raiders' success? Give me a heart for Derek Carr, or give me a like for Khalil Mack. It's definitely a tough one. I'm interested to see what you guys have to say. My name is Mitchell Renz. Please follow me on Twitter at MitchellRenz365. Please subscribe to the Oakland Raiders Report on YouTube. And guys, just a reminder, I'm going to be on next Monday, not Tuesday. So until then, go Raiders.